I met Vidal, but this is my friend, but just it. I'm focused in my team. Also, I respect a lot the club and the players, and I respect also Valverde. So that's all.
What's going on, guys? ¿Cómo están? BugaLuis here, and welcome to another video here from England. No longer Peru. My vacations are over. Hopefully you all enjoy very good holidays, but it's back to the grind, it's back to the work. And yes, it's back to the work with great apparent news. It seems that Barcelona are already making up their mind that the relationship between them and Valverde doesn't no longer go. It's a no-no. And I'm happy for that. I'm happy that we're finally seen to have realized that this is a marriage of convenience and it doesn't help at all anything that's going on in the club, and certainly that we're wasting the last few years of someone called Lionel Messi. So I'm going to be covering in this video all that has to do with the manager. We're going to be talking about Xavi and this storm that has been surrounding him, and then what might happen in the future because he has apparently rejected Barcelona. So I'm going to start off by telling you the facts, everything that we know so far. So first of all, Barcelona lost against Atletico Madrid in a very humiliating fashion. A defeat that finally seems to have led and turned the heads of a lot of the other socios that were not in favor of letting Valverde go. But now it seems that unanimously they want him out of the club, and that is good. That's a huge positive in my book. And the very first candidate that they looked towards to was Xavi Hernandez. They told Oscar Grau and Erika Vidal, who were going to meet up with Dembélé in Qatar, to go there also and meet with Xavi Hernandez. The negotiations went well, but of course Xavi has to take time to reflect, to kind of see what he actually wants. And it seems that his decision was going to be carried out until Monday or Sunday. And now on Sunday, we're getting new reports that Xavi has rejected Barcelona. This is not in all a surprise for me. I think that Xavi knows that this is not the right moment to take control of a club which is in such disarray, and he also has a lot of commitments in Qatar. And I think that whatever manager you can be, it's more important to see what sort of person you are, and he seems to be a very committed person to what he currently has right now under his arms, and that is Al-Assad. They just reached the final of the Cup skiing in Qatar, so he has to be there, and he's going to probably remain as Al-Assad's manager until the end of the season, or so it seems. Many reports came afterwards saying that this agreement with Barcelona and Xavi was going to be pushed onwards to the summer, and that Xavi has already said 100% that he's going to become the manager of Barcelona when this season ends. But that isn't really the case. The case is not that at all. There's no whatsoever. The club hasn't reported. If that was going to be the case, then Barcelona would have announced it right from the get-go. I think that Barcelona have told Xavi that could be a possibility, and Xavi also understands that could be a possibility. In reality, Xavi always has the job open for him. It can be the next year, it can be in 5 years, in the next decade. He will always have this job at Barcelona available, so he doesn't really have any rush to get it now, you know? Barcelona, in contrast, they do feel it's a hurry. And I say this in a very positive manner because right now they have stirred up the pot. They have made Valverde angry, and they have let the entire squad know that Valverde is no longer a go. So the players are already turning their heads as well. They're looking to another manager, and they're not expecting more authority from Valverde. So I believe that right now there's a huge possibility of 80% that even if Xavi doesn't come, Valverde will leave and he will be gone. Which, once again, like I said, it's positive in my book because change are going to be happening. This dressing room right now is in complete chaos, and there's no way that the Barcelona board can tell Valverde, okay, just stay and continue to the rest of the season. They have been completely disrespectful to Valverde. Yes, I agree. So if that is what's happening, Valverde will no longer back the players and will no longer back this club. So everyone seems to be on their own party right now. They're all looking for their self-interest, and this is, in any other club, in any other situation, looks terrible, but I think it's what Barcelona needed. It's what they need, because when you're angry, in a way, you start looking at the flaws of the other club. Valverde might be saying, well, I never got backed by the players, I never got backed by the sport of the directors, by the board, and the board likewise will say, well, Valverde is actually not that good, and the players are actually kind of not that good as well. So I think this is a good moment right now for everyone to do some self-reflection and some sort of criticism to see how they can improve in their own manners. But if something is right, is that I believe that Valverde will no longer continue. So that, guys, is the eye of the storm. we now have to look ahead for clear weather. What's going to be the manager now? Because like I said, I believe Valverde is gone. He really is gone. There are 3 candidates that Barcelona are evaluating right now. And if they can go through all of these 3 candidates and at least kind of convince one, Valverde is certainly out the door. The very first of those is GARCIA Pimienta, which is right now the Barcelona B coach. He's been doing a good job with the team, and most importantly, the thing that I like about him is that he knows the infrastructure of the club, and he knows probably every single member and staff that works there, and that is something, a very huge positive. Pimienta, of course, doesn't have that much experience, but if we were going to take him as a caretaker for now, I would be happy with it. I think that he will maintain some sort of kind of similar post-Valverde process. He will continue with some of the similar ideas because there's not too much actually he can change, and more importantly, he doesn't have the voice, the demands, he doesn't have the authority to go to the dressing room and make very big changes. I think that García Pimienta will be kind of like the safe option and the most realistic for Barcelona right now. If we take a look at number 2, that is QUIQUE Setien, which is sort of a wild card. QUIQUE Setien, as we know, he likes to play our way, so much that players even like Busquets and Piqué have acknowledged that he has the capabilities to manage in a team with that DNA like Barcelona. I think that QUIQUE Setien would be an interesting option, and an option where he's going to be trying out things. He doesn't care about the authority, but he's going to do it no matter what. And that is something which I really like. You know, a guy with a lot of self-confidence, where he's going to go there, he's going to be trying out things, and he's not going to be caring about what Piqué is going to be saying to his friends afterwards. He's just going to be putting whoever needs to play. And that means that perhaps even players like Ricky Puig and maybe even Arturo Vidal, players like that, will get to play, because they are the best players that we have probably in the midfield alongside people like De Jong. So they're going to be playing, and that's something that I like. It's up to QUIQUE Setien though to see how he's going to be managing later down the road. He has never been as far in the Champions League ever, and he of course is in a title race. This could be a very interesting wildcard and could be the last possibility that Barcelona would be looking into. The third and final option, which is one that Bartomeu specifically really likes, is the one of Mauricio Pochettino. Mauricio Pochettino, as we know, is Españolista, Madridista even at one sense. He has said that he would prefer to manage Real Madrid over Barcelona, and that he would never even touch the grounds of the Camp Nou. We say that Mauricio Pochettino is a very hard man to get, but we've seen how many different times managers can have their head turned, and I think that Pochettino, if he decides to come to Barcelona, it would be a very good option. He's a very well-trusted manager, and very similar to QUIQUE Setien, he doesn't really care too much about what the players have to say about him. He's going to be putting in the field whoever needs to play, and this once again makes me very happy, because Valverde, in all honesty, he just puts whoever has a bigger name. And that is, like, if you have better street cred, you're in Valverde's list, and that's not how it should be for football. So Pochettino will be in the same lines as someone like QUIQUE Setien, which I could be excited for. And plus, on top of that, Pochettino has the pedigree. He has been in actually more Champions League finals since the last time we were there. So he has some sort of upper hand right now in Barcelona. And he knows his stuff. I really appreciate him as a manager. I think he's really good. But the problem there is going to be try to convince him. I think that if we approach Pochettino, he might say no. There's a very possibility he will reject us outright. And not similarly to Xavi, the job for Pochettino, if he says no one time, is going to be no forever. But well, now you're going to be asking yourself as well, if QUIQUE Setien, García Pimienta, or whoever is going to be caretaking Barcelona at this current moment, they do good, what's going to be happening to Xavi? Well, here's where I think a lot of the reports are being very fake, and you should be careful about what you read, because Xavi coming on summer is not confirmed at all. It's not confirmed at all. So whoever's going to be caretaking the club, if they do a good job, the board might rethink, and Xavi might be joining in 2021 when new elections come our way. I think that those are the two possibilities that we see. If we hire someone like García Pimienta, then most possibly Xavi will be coming in the summer, or at least we're going to be waiting out to the summer until that happens. If we hire someone else like QUIQUE Setien, Ronald Koeman, there are many names flying around right now, so we got to be careful for what you wish for. This is going to depend on that time and how do they perform. Barcelona at this current stage, and I know a lot of you won't agree, I think that just trying out new players, getting back our essence back, getting our kind of DNA to a solid level, that's what we should be looking out for the rest of this season. I see a very similar opportunity to what Real Madrid did last year, where they were literally out of every single competition, and Zidane came in and he just kind of tried to kind of put and reintegrate the players that he wanted to see in the first team. And Barcelona now have that opportunity while still being in some competitions. So if we can achieve one title while changing up things, it will be positive, because it will give good messages to those players and to the managers that might be coming in the summer. So right now, guys, I ask you, who would you like to be the caretaker of Barcelona? Do you think Valverde will leave? I think right now it's probably an 80% chance that he will. And would you like to see Xavi right now in the summer, now that he has rejected us, or you would wait out for him in 2020 when there's a new board supporting him? All of that, leave it in the comment box down below. And we're going to be doing a video now talking about Luis Suarez coming up next, because Luis Suarez is going to be out for 4 months. And that is a little bit worrying, especially when we take into account that, like I said, we're still in 3 major competitions. See you in the next one. Take care.